What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Manny here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing fine. I recently changed my hangboarding strategy, and that's why I wanted to share this in a little video here with you, because in the sense of trying to be transparent with my training, as I have been with the Big Bad Comeback Battle Plan and as I have been with the home wall sessions and everything, I also wanted to share this change in strategy, because then we can follow the results hopefully along and see how it works, right? So yeah, let's discuss it. For those of you who are following the channel for a longer time, you know that basically during the Big Comeback Battle Plan and also afterwards, the hangboard strategy that I followed, or the hangboard routine that I did, so to speak, was essentially one armors on the 15mm side edge of the Beastmaker 2000, which is the edge that I'm using for warming up here right now. And of course, or unfortunately rather, I'm not able to do a clean one armor without any help on these edges yet. So I used my pulley system, and the way of measuring progress essentially was reducing the weight on the pulley system, reducing the assisting weight, so to speak. Now the personal best that I got in this exercise, assisted one armors on the 15mm edge, was 5 kilograms of assisting weight. So I could get down to 5 kilograms of assisting weight, interestingly on both hands, the right and the left hand. The interesting thing here was that at some point I think the increased lock-off power of the left hand kind of helped the progress, and this way the left hand caught up to the right hand, although my right hand is finger strength wise actually stronger than my left hand. So yeah, that was a quite interesting development. I had to note that. But what happened then was that I stalled out there. I got into quite a plateau. And as I've talked about this previously, if you're running into a plateau with a strategy like this, it is most likely the best approach to change the strategy. Now, how do you sense the spot when it's time to change? For me, that always means if I have 3 sessions in a row where I don't break my personal best, which in this case was 5 kilograms of assisting weight on the pulley system, right? Then I need to change something. And it was quite unfortunate that it was just so close, 5 kilograms, that's pretty close to my threshold, to the threshold that I have put up for myself, which I came up with during, trainings for other one-armed stuff. For example, the one armor on a bar, or the one armor on the middle Beastmaker edge, which is 23mm and a little bit in-cut. When I trained for these one armors, I made the experience that once I got beyond 4 kilograms of assisting weight, so that means 4 kilograms or less of assisting weight, I would actually be able to already try the clean one armor without any assisting weight, because somehow the assisting weight brings you out of the, ideal morphological position, or I have no idea, with your shoulder and your elbow, and without any assisting weight you can actually, you're a little bit stronger, so to speak, and you can already try the clean unassisted one armor. So obviously, being at 5 kilograms of assisting weight with my one armors, it was quite tempting to keep going, to get just that little bit stronger so that I can try the clean one armor finally. But I plateaued out. I plateaued out quite hard. I could not get past that 5 kilograms of assisting weight. For I think 2 weeks. I even gave it 4 sessions at this threshold. So I had to change something. And sticking to my plan, I did. And by the time this video goes up, this new hangboarding strategy that I'm gonna show you now is something that I already followed along for almost 4 weeks actually. So I already had quite a couple of sessions in, like 5 or so. And what it is essentially is repeaters. So I've shown you the warm-up. It's quite simple. I just grabbed the big holes of the Beastmaker 2000, the smaller holes of the Beastmaker 2000 for warming up my fingers, and then I'm switching to my micros. I've got the Beastmaker micros, which are 10, 8 and 6 millimeters. Of these we are using the 10mm, and then I've got my own edges, which are these half circle edges, I call them, which is the ones that I'm hanging right now here. And I use these two, the Beastmaker micros 10mm and the half circle edges 2 cm radius, the 2 cm radius edges, for doing my repeaters, and I always alternate the 4 fingers half crimp on the 10mm micros with the 3 fingers open grip on the 2 cm radius edge, as you can see right now. Now for me, the 2 cm radius edge with the 3 fingers open grip is quite significantly harder, so usually I gas out on these before I gas out on the 10mm micros on the half crimp. And the reason why I take these both grip types and alternate them throughout my repeater session is because I think that it gives me a more homogeneous pump throughout my whole forearm. I kind of feel that the 3 fingers open grip somehow stresses the area of the tennis elbow, you know, the brachioradialis and stuff like that, a little bit more compared to the golfer area, which is hit by the half crimp a little bit more. So when we get both in, we get a quite homogeneous stimulus, so to speak. Yeah, obviously in the rests, you know, watching some motivating YouTube stuff, Dragon Ball Z, always recommended. Some nice Vegeta, Super Saiyan screaming in between the rests, that's gonna get you going throughout these repeaters, I tell you this much. Works a lot, works quite well. So yeah, but anyway, as you can see, I'm going through the sets. What is the timing here, the pacing? So I usually start my online stopwatch by pressing on the button, then the stopwatch goes to 1 minute, and at 1 minute, because I can't really start a set and press a button at the same time, at 1 minute exactly, there is when I'm starting my sets. What happens then is essentially I do 7 seconds of hanging, 3 seconds of resting, times 6, so that I get 1 minute of repeaters, yeah, with 6 repeats, always 3 seconds rest in between the repeats, and that's 1 set. Now after 1 set, I always start, by the way, with the 4 fingers half crimp on the 10mm, then I rest for 3 minutes, and then I do another set on the alternating grip type, which in this case for the second set this would be the 3 fingers open grip on the 2 cm radius edge, and this way I'm alternating my way through the 2 grip types throughout this session, right? I try to simply keep up this pacing for 1 hour, which is something that I have not yet managed so far. Yeah, usually I think on my first session I gassed out on the 3 fingers open grip already in the second set. Yeah, because actually these holds, although they look quite big, but they are quite smooth, and it's quite hard to stick them. Yeah, it's quite hard to hang them for me still. So I gassed out on the second set, and as you will see during this session, I already got significantly further. So we made some gains there, definitely. But this is the pacing that I want to follow. Yeah, I think this is this would end up somewhere at, if I could stick it through, it would end up at somewhere like, what was it, 8 sets of half crimp sets and 8 sets of 3 fingers open grip sets or something. Yeah, I still need to calculate that out. I'm gonna put this on the screen right now to have this as an ideal session. This is what it's about to strive to, right? But since I'm not strong enough yet to keep up this pacing throughout the whole session, I have to come up with a plan B, so to speak, that I'm regressing to once I fail to complete the set. And this strategy is once I'm basically failing a set, I increase the resting time for the grip type that has failed to 4 minutes. Yeah, so we will see later on during this session I will fail a 3 fingers open grip set, and consequently I then rest another 3 minutes to get my next half crimp set in, which is what I have not failed yet so far. But then after this half crimp set, I'm gonna use 4 minutes of rest for my next 3 fingers open set, so that at least I get a little bit more recovery in to have a more useful set of repeaters, because it doesn't make really a lot of sense if you're gassing out then on the 3 fingers open. Here I'm trying to demonstrate where the grip types hit my forearm and that it makes a more homogeneous pump. I feel that it's quite useful that way. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that it doesn't really make a lot of sense if you're getting super gassed into a set and then can only do like 2 proper repeats, and then you're only hanging for 3 seconds for the last 4 repeats of your set, right? So the more rest you get, of course, the more clean your repeater sets will be. Of course, though, if you're already hitting a wall with one repeat, with one grip type that is, it is quite hard, even with more rest, to get back into the flow and complete a proper set, as we're gonna see. So here I'm simply, you know, time-lapsing the session up to a point. I was quite surprised actually that I got so far. This session didn't feel so good at 84 kilograms, 68.4 kilograms. Training weight this session is not so little. It's actually quite much for me. And here I gassed out on the 3 fingers open, as you have seen. Yeah, this was minute 45. So let's see what I have to say about this stuff. Alright, that's it for today. It was a good session. Sticking through this for 1 hour is gonna be a tough challenge, man. I gassed out at 45 minutes around and on 3 fingers open, which is pretty much my personal record so far. So the goal is 1 hour. It's like hitting a wall, man. If you're gassing out on those 3 finger open repeaters, it's like, you know, you're feeling quite good on the first, second, third repeat, and fourth repeat, bam, you're hitting the wall and you just drop off like a sack of potatoes. But anyway, I think this is a good strategy for getting the pump going, you know, getting some hypertrophy going, increasing the forearm lactic acid resistance, you know, increasing the vascularity a little bit. All the good stuff essentially, to have a nice foundation to go then back to max strength again. So that's the whole theory behind this strategy. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you soon in the next one, my friends. Stay strong. Bye.